So, this is the first time I'm making a video like this. Um, it's something that I will do sometimes, not all the time. Most of the time I'll be doing like tier list and multiple movie ranking or game ranking or whatever. But I saw Toy Story a couple of days ago, and I thought, hey, I should do a review on this movie, since I'm just gonna, like, you saw the title of the video. Is the movie worth watching? Yes, it is. It is very worth it. Just gave you your answer early. Just decided to be nice, so you're welcome. When we thought of Toy Story 5, or when it was first announced, we were all like, really? We're doing this shit again? Because we were basically like that for Toy Story 4, because everyone was like, oh, Toy Story 4 doesn't need to exist, and especially now, we thought Toy Story 5 didn't exist. Okay, you can leave. I don't even know if you guys ever even seen my cat, really. Hey, buddy. That's off topic. So basically, yeah, we were all like, Toy Story 5 is... like, they're just milking it, but now that I watched it, they're still not bad at that. They're still good at making movies. They still know how to do it. I'm pretty sure we've gotten like 2 Pixar movies this year. The first one being Hoppers, and I'll tell you what, I enjoyed that one too. I didn't expect to enjoy it. It just looked like another weird cartoon movie to me. Hoppers was funny. It was ridiculous, but in a ridiculous in a really like fun way. It doesn't drag out. It's well paced. It's a really good movie, and I think Toy Story 5 is even better. Maybe I shouldn't jump the gun that much. It's hard to choose, though. It's really hard to choose. But yeah, let's just get into like the actual like review of it. Like the humor in this one, like the Toy Story 4 humor with the Bunny and Ducky characters, that was pretty decent humor. But in this one, they go balls to the wall with humor. Like genuinely, they actually do. There's this new like toy that's basically like a toilet machine. Like it's like it plays a video game of like toilets. And he is by far the funniest character in this whole movie. And with one of his scenes and his buddies, that the movie went to the point of almost saying a bad word. And that's probably what gave this movie a PG rating. This is the first Toy Story movie to get a PG rating, and it's because of a joke where they cut off a swear word, which I was not expecting at all. And if you were confused on how Woody is here, he has communication with them. He has communication with the toys. I probably should have said in the beginning that this is going to be a lot of spoilers. I forgot to say that at the beginning, so if you've gotten to this point in the video and if you haven't seen the movie yet, click off, watch it whenever it comes out on digital or whatever. I would recommend you watch the movie before you watch this video, because I'm going to spoil it. The movie's been out for a long time now, so it's fine. But pretty much Woody has communication with the toys, and that's how they're able to meet up again. So Jessie communicates with Woody because Jessie needs help with the new Lily Pad character, which is the villain of this movie. I'll talk about her later. She needs help from Woody, so then Woody comes over to Bonnie's house and like helps her out. But this movie is not like Toy Story 4 was a arc for Woody, but this time we have an arc for Jessie. Like because now Jessie, since it was stated in Toy Story 4, Jessie is now taken Woody's spot. So Jessie is now the one that controls all the toys and leads them. And in this movie, we learn a lot more of her backstory. We learn what her old owner's name was. I think it's Sarah. I can't remember, but she finds out that Sarah, or whatever her name was, she actually named her own daughter Jessie, because Jessie goes through, like, by the end of the movie, she's like, I ruin everything, I shouldn't even be helping. But then when she sees like a lunchbox or something and it says that her old owner had a child and Jessie is the name of her child. So then that gives Jessie motivation to go on. And that's just something that is great. I think it's a really good, like, character change. These movies have always been about, like, accepting who you truly are and a bunch of other deeper themes. And this movie doesn't fail to put those themes into play. And thank God they saved Buzz Lightyear's character. In the last movie, they turned Buzz Lightyear into some big moron. Like genuinely, he was just an idiot. Because he pressed a button on his spacesuit, and he claimed that it was its inner voice. And not a lot of people like that, and so don't I. Then if you saw in the trailers, there's also a bunch of like there's a big army of Buzz Lightyears. And at first, it didn't really make sense to me, like, why are we doing this? And it still is like, what was the point? But the point of it really was just because they were the reason how they were able to get to Bonnie's house so quick. Because they actually are able to turn into drones, which is also really cool. And speaking of Bonnie's house, this is the first movie where I actually cared about what Bonnie was doing and her character. In Toy Story 4, let's just start with Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3, Bonnie was just some girl that was at the daycare and took care of Woody and her toys for a little bit until Woody went back to the daycare to save the day. And then in Toy Story 4, she served a bigger role, just being the one that owns all of Andy's old toys. But she still doesn't really get too much screen time. But in this one, she this is the first in this movie. Like, this is the first time where she actually has like a deeper meaning behind what she's doing, because basically, like, the whole thing of this movie, the thing that we've all known, is that this movie is going to be about technology and iPads being bad. And Bonnie doesn't have an iPad, so she still plays with toys. And then when she realizes that kids don't play with toys anymore, she's all like she's just embarrassed and sad that she isn't like other kids. So she asked her parents for like an iPad or something, and they get her it, which is Lilypad, the main antagonist of the movie. And now it's time for me to talk about that. Lilypad at first was a pretty decent villain, but she isn't like evil or anything like Lotso or the Prospector. Really, she is just clingy to Bonnie rather than the toys just trying to help out. But like, Lilypad tries to have a deeper relationship with Bonnie, basically. I don't know how to describe it, but she is more... And then she kicks the toys away because she wants Bonnie all to herself. And then by the end, she realizes that she's the one that's ruining everything, and then she goes and tries to lose herself until the toys want her help. So it's not like Gabby Gabby, which I'll say right now, I did not like Gabby Gabby as a villain, because it's a sympathetic villain, which are never good. I mean, it's good if it's done right, but it's never done right. I guess Gabby Gabby kinda goes on their side near the end of Toy Story 4, but she has no like evil, ill intentions, and so doesn't Lily Pad. But Lily Pad isn't a sympathetic villain. She just wants to join the toy side because she realizes that that's the thing that's gonna save Bonnie, really. Because basically, Bonnie's in like a group chat with some of her classmates, and the toys at Jesse's place sends a email saying like, "Oh, I found your toys," and then they start laughing at Bonnie, making her upset. And then that's when Lilypad realizes that she's the problem. And I guess I should also talk about the other house that we've been to, which is actually the old house that Jesse's owner used to live in. There's now this new girl that ends up becoming friends with Bonnie, who still likes toys and still has the same interest in her. So that's pretty cool. And now, let's talk about my problems with the movie. Surprise? There's only two problems that I have, really. The first problem I have is that my favorite characters from the last movie, Toy Story 4, Ducky and Bunny, they got nothing to do in this movie. They really don't. In fact, they only show up for like 5 seconds and don't utter a single word. The actors for them probably weren't able to show up or something, but like just make them say something. And then also I wasn't sure how I felt about like the whole kids playing with toys thing now, because instead of just the kids playing with the toys, just like moving them around on screen, it's like the whole thing is animated and the toys are the ones that are acting, which is most likely to show the kids' imagination of what they think the toys are doing. But it was just a little bit weird. And now, the biggest question yet. Is this movie, or does this movie have an ending where it seems like it's the end of the franchise, but they're gonna create another one, making it look like we're milking it? Surprisingly, no. It's a perfectly good ending, and the movie even has a post-credit scene. And it's a post-credit scene of all the Buzz Lightyears that were helping all the gang, all the toys, coming down to other kids and providing them with toys, all while Zurg is in the background, which is maybe Toy Story 6. We get a Buzz Lightyear story, we get a Buzz Lightyear realization story, and Zurg will be the villain. And that will be really cool, because Zurg, he's really cool, alright? Zurg is pretty cool. But yeah, there can definitely be a Toy Story 6, and now it's clear to me that they're trying to do trilogy by trilogy, and by the end of Toy Story 6, Bonnie will be giving her toys to another kid. That's what I'm getting out of this, unless they go further with Bonnie's franchise. So pretty much each 3 Toy Stories is going to be their own franchise, and then we're going to move on to another one with another kid, and Toy Story is going to go on forever until my great grandkids are watching Toy Story 24. So yeah, a really good movie, and if I were to rate it, I would probably give it like a 9.5 out of 10, or even maybe 9.7. I don't know, just one of those ratings. It just doesn't get a 10 because of those little problems that I addressed, and the movie can feel a little slow at times. And also the Buzz and Jessie romance has really gone nowhere, and I didn't really feel anything when they ended up kissing in the movie. And yeah, that's something that actually happened. Buzz and Jessie kiss. It's pretty freaking weird. And if I were to like rate it above movies, I'd still say that the fourth one is the worst. I didn't think the fourth one was bad or anything. I just think that it's the worst in the franchise. So the order is Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3, this one, Toy Story 5, 1, and then 2. That's my list rating for all the movies. And yeah, I think that's gonna be about it for today. See you later.